I am making a horror game with myself as one of the main characters. Yeah, that's not actually the monster, it's me. Currently the game is not very scary, so in this video I'm going to show you how I went from this to this. As I said, this is supposed to be a horror game, meaning the player should be scared. Currently, there's nothing here that is making anyone scared. Bruh. Okay, almost nothing. But before jumping into all the scary stuff, we need to make a bigger level. Currently, we only have this one room, and even though it is looking quite cozy and I just want to take a nap in that couch, a single room that you don't need to leave isn't particularly scary. We therefore need to make more places to explore, which means Blender time! I think it would be cool to just have a big entrance hall where I can test out a bunch of stuff. I started making the entire thing in Blender, and then threw it into Unreal and threw out the old room. Get out of here, you ugly bastard! I then threw the lights into the oven, baked it at 200 degrees, and voila! We have a spooky looking entrance hall. This is looking a little bit too spooky for the start of the game though, so I made this old looking lamp to throw in there. As you can see, with more light, it is evident that there's a problem with the baked lighting. Me being a little stupid head, forgot about all the stuff I've done wrong every other time I start a new project. Since the hall is currently one giant mesh, and all the lighting info is being shared on one texture map, the texture is way too small to show the lights correctly. I therefore had to go back into Blender and export all the modular parts I had built and rebuild the entrance hall in Unreal. It's back, but it's even better. We know this cause green is equal to good. However, it's still a little bit too dark. So I made this wall-mounted lamp and threw it around the entire level. Now that is looking real nice, isn't it? Isn't it? It's a little bit empty though, so I made a bunch of these props along with some decorations and a whole lot of paintings to be able to make a bunch of interesting escape room puzzles. Oh right, I haven't told you the main idea for this game yet, but the thing that I want to achieve for the game is that it should be a little bit like a huge escape room. So the idea is that you will every now and then get trapped in certain parts of the mansion and you will need to solve some puzzles under the pressure of being killed if you don't get out of there quick enough. So to test this out, I'm gonna start with one room just so that I can implement some of the features that I need to have. Of course, one of the things I need to be able to do is pick up items and carry them around. I quickly implemented that and it worked perfectly. Yes, this looks fine. Yeah, this looks fine. I'll just fix how that looks later. I mean, it technically works. This is what it looks like when a librarian gets a nose job. Oh my god, that was so easy to fix. It works perfectly. I then made it so that you can lift up larger items using physics. Look, you can now take this chair and just throw it. I wonder... The physics objects will also be used in puzzle solving, so it was essential to have that working. However, making these objects sound right when being thrown around was a bit tricky, but I think this sounds good now. Finally, I made a slot script that will only accept certain items as keys to be able to solve certain puzzles. An example of this would be to solve a puzzle where you need to add this record to an old record player. I realized that some things were a bit hard to reach when standing up. So I added crouching, or as some would like to call it, chop chop. Okay, but now the fun part. How to make the players poop their pants. One of the most powerful things to use to scare the player is using the fear of the unknown. In my game, the player will not know anything about why they are in the mansion, or what else is there. They should get a sense of fear through the environment by using sounds and story. Right now, I will focus on the sounds for the game and some more atmospheric elements that will make the player feel a sense of something isn't right. To start off, I added rain and thunder. You know, cause scary stuff can only happen in storms. I added a separate sound of water hitting the glass when you're near the windows for that extra atmosphere. Very nice. And to make it even extra scary, I added a random lightning strike that caused the camera to shake. To make it look extra wow, I also lit up the entire room brightly at the same time. This will sort of give a slight jump scare effect, but won't be over the top and mostly into the atmosphere.
Alright, okay, alright. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's enough slices!
To make it feel like there's something else in the building, I made a script that will have a small chance to randomly play a sound like creaking floorboards or similar if the player's close by. What was that? But how would the player know they are scared if we don't tell them? We can do this by using some special effects. I created this effect where I added some slight camera shake, some vignette, a slight desaturation and some blurriness to the vision, as well as a heartbeat sound. Whenever you play and this effect comes on, you know shit about to go down. I even created a stage 2 of this scared effect to really signal that you're about to die. Another thing that I decided to implement was making these lights flash and flicker. This was a bit tedious because the lights would flash, but the material of the lamp would still appear lit. After some fiddling around, I managed to fix that and add an electrical sound effect, and this is feeling real spooky. I've also done a lot of work on the underlying escape room mechanics, but I don't want to let you know how that works, because that would be no fun for you if you want to play the game. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to subscribe and like the video. Also, you can take a look at this one of how I made myself into a character in the game. But until next time, ciao!